my speech is a little bit better today. It seems to be at this stage. Okay, so what am I scrapping? I've started a new series. You may have noticed it. It's called Don't Store It, Scrap It. So, in light of that, I decided, what am I going to do? Washi tape. We all have way too much washi tape. Instead of storing it, let's use it. Get it out of the cupboard and use it, or out of the container or the drawer, wherever you store your stuff, and let's do it. It's this simple. You can create some seriously pretty pages with just washi tape. Washi tape, title, photo. Super simple, nothing over the top. I decided with this particular layout that I was going to create kind of a funnel. That's what I had in my head, a funnel. So wider at the top, narrower at the bottom. That's kind of really all the thinking that sort of went into this. I pulled out my black and white washi tapes because I want it earlier in the week. Listen to me, I sound like I'm all over the place. To be honest with you, before I get right into it, because it's super simple, my 3 children and I just had a moment in the kitchen. It was pretty funny, I've got to tell you. Last week, my father-in-law had his 80th birthday, and I made him a chocolate cake. Now, that's fine, but the problem was, the first one I made was a little bit too rich. I made a sponge, and it was really nice, but it was a bit too rich, so I made a second one. That's the one we took down there. So we still had a cake here. That's fine. So we decided that we would stand around this cake, all with a fork, what was left of it, and we were going to dig into it. And then we added whipped cream to it, and it was hilarious and funny, and we just had this crazy moment in the kitchen. One of those moments that we will all remember, Angela being her usual crazy self. And yeah, it was just... I should have videoed it. It was pretty funny, I've got to tell you. I didn't even take photos because I was just there in the moment, but it was pretty funny. Subsequently, the cake is gone and we've had a good laugh, and Jen is ready well and truly for gymnastics training today. So, I pulled out earlier in the week, I wanted to do a monochromatic layout. I had it in my head that I wanted to do a yellow monochromatic layout, and I'm sort of halfway there. I'm sort of going monochromatic, black and white, pretty much. So I pulled out all my black and white washi tapes. Most of these, look, I've had them in my collection for so long. One of them is actually a little bit tacky, so after I took all my photos and stuff, I had to go over it with some corn flour just to take the tack off it. You can use, what can you use? I use corn flour because it has no perfume. Or you can use baby powder. A lot of people use baby powder, and it does exactly the same thing. But most of us have corn flour in our kitchen, so it's easy. So if you don't have babies, use corn flour. Just put it on a brush, rub it over it, and then get a cloth and wipe over that, and it takes the residue off, and it's perfect. So you can see I'm sort of creating a little bit of a funnel. So I wanted to literally cover the entire white sheet of American Craft textured white cardstock. That's what it is. It's not super thick. It's not anything like that. And I was actually watching, while I was doing this, I was watching this week's episode of House of Dragons. I got to tell you, I don't know if any of you guys are into it, but this week I was very disappointed because some of the characters have changed. Literally, like they're the same characters, but, and I know it's 10 years down the track, but they've literally changed out the actors. So that was a little bit disconcerting. But anyway, I'll stick with it. Give it another couple of weeks. I was really loving it in the beginning, so hopefully next week it redeems itself again. What else am I doing? You can literally see what I'm doing. I'm just layering them up next to each other. I do have a considerable amount of washi tape, so I'm really glad I've decided to start pulling out things that I haven't used in ages, that maybe I should be using some more of, or whatever. I've got so many things, so this series can go for a good 6 months, and I probably won't repeat a video. Sorry, had to have a drink. Too much chocolate cake. Okay. So my speech is still a little bit odd. I'm so sorry. I'll get used to it. So now I don't normally use tear tape, but I like to use the tear tape when I'm using washi tape like this, just because it holds it down. Now I'm going to show you a little trick right here. So I'm taking so you just take the corners off like that and fold them back. But here's the trick. See this? Glue stick. If you put a bit of glue stick over the top of your tear tape, it gives you wiggle room. Okay, it doesn't give you wiggle room forever, but it gives you enough wiggle room that you can put that tape through the center to hold the middle down, but it doesn't grab straight away, so you can actually have a bit of wiggle room. So there's a little trick for you that I've picked up along the way. And I didn't want to do splatters or sprays on this. I wanted it to be black and gold. Now, I ended up I pulled out my Distress Oxides, and as soon as I did that, I realized, nah, that's not what I want. I wanted it to be jet black. So for some weird reason, I do not know why, I picked up my Re-Inker. It's an archival. The color I grabbed was Distress Archival Ink Re-Inker in Black Soot. I don't know why I picked that up. Why didn't I just grab paint? I have no clue. But it's ink, so I just wrecked a brush. I don't even know what I was thinking. But, hey, it's black. It's definitely black. And it has dried. It's sat and it's dried. And I've taken the photos. There will be a heap of photos over on Facebook the day that this goes up. So you can zoom in and see what it looks like. And see what I'm doing here? I'm using Metho and it's not coming out of the brush. So it's RIP Mr. Brush. So this gold that I'm using, that is my homemade gold spray. And it's used, there is a recipe and a how-to video on my YouTube. You can have a quick look. It's super simple to make. And the mica powder does not come off. It stays on your page and it is awesome. So if you want to have a look for that video, it's in my playlists, my how-to. And that's what it looks like when you peel all the white off. And I did create an offset. This is just the standard Cricut print font, sorry. So, and I just did what did I do? I think it was a 0.83 offset. I like to make a smaller offset where possible. So that way I can, it's got a white border, but it's not too much. It's not too thick and chunky. So you can see, and it helps the letters stand out more. So I just like that look. That's just me. That's something that I like to do a lot of. And that's one of the reasons I bought my Cricut. I have a Cricut Explore Air 2. I know there's newer ones, but I absolutely love mine and it works perfectly for what I need it to do. I also like to grab some cut files here and there. Pear Tree cut files. I absolutely love their cut files. And where do I get them from? I was asked this the other day. So I get some from Pear Tree cut files. I get some from, I'm so sorry, someone's decided to cut a tree down while I'm doing a voiceover. I get them from Confessions of a Paper Addict on Etsy. Virginia's cut files are awesome. I also get cut files from Glenn from Cut to You. They're pretty much my go-tos, and sometimes I get some from Paige Evans as well. That's where I get most of my cut files from. However, when it comes to titles, I find that I've learned enough that it's pretty simple for me to just make my own titles, and it seems to suit what I do a little bit more. It makes it more mine. So now I've glued all these down. You can see once they sit on top of that washi tape that it's nice. Looking back, I probably should have done the gold further out. So the 2 gold stripes, I should have maybe pushed those out a little bit. But it looks fine. Once you put it on its arch, that's the other thing that I did. I curved my title so that it would sort of go around my photo. And it would just bring it all in together. So the photo was just me being silly, and I was being photobombed in the background by my daughter, and we were on our way to watch my nephew play football, and it was a great bit of fun. Absolutely loved it. Okay, so what I just did then off camera was sprayed this over my bin. This is my mica spray that I make myself, that I've used on the rest of the layout. And I just wanted to create a gold edge, but not a solid gold edge. So I could have gone to my paper packs and I could have got a solid gold piece, but I wanted all the golds to match, and I'm a bit OCD like that. So I just need to have a sip of a drink. Sorry. Okay. So sometimes I'm a bit OCD like that. Now, I did add glue underneath my craft foam there purely because it was going against the glitter spray that I make. So, and it was still not quite 100% dry. So I just added some glue to make sure that it would stick and hold. I am absolutely loving how this looks. It's coming together really good. I love it. So I am being really heavy-handed with the glue because it's going on shiny washi tape as well. And I managed to get that perfectly straight. I don't know how I did that. So then I decided I need to do a little bit of journaling. Nothing too personal, so I do it now as I am discovering I am creating another problem for myself by not journaling there and then when I do the page. So this little this video will be going under Don't Store It, Scrap It series. And you just saw my little glass there. That's a little glass that I've got sitting off to the side. Whenever I have something cute that I've cut out or whatever, like these dragonflies, and I don't end up using them, I end up putting them in this little glass. And sometimes you just need something extra. It doesn't have to be specific to the layout. You just want a little bit of something to decorate, and that's what I ended up using these for. Now you can see, oh, that's my gold Posca pen. That's what I went around the outside edge of my journaling with, and then at the end I go around the entire layout with it. After I put down my dragonflies, just glue them down flat. There's not a lot of depth on this page. Like, I'm not creating a lot of texture. I think the texture is in the washi tape. It sort of looks, some look closer, some look further away with the patterns, and I absolutely love how this is turning out. So let me know if there's anything you would like me to use, something you would like me to try, and I will give it a go. I'll see if I've got it. If I've got it, which I'll be honest, I've probably got it, and I'll make a layout for you. So here's the close-up, and here's my shameless plug. If you like what you see and you would like to see more, I post 6 videos a week. Sometimes you get a bonus one on a Sunday, but I always post Monday through Saturday Aussie time. And I, what else can I say? subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you a single cent, and that way you'll be notified when I do load up a video. Also, jump on my Facebook group and you will see stacks of close-up shots so you can have a look at all the texture and how I created it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will chat to you again soon. Bye for now.